I was speaking to Ayla recently, and I said to her, how can we encourage people to go beyond their current conception of how much they love this world, of how much they love each other? How can we encourage people to be daring and open their minds and their hearts to a deeper, more profound, more real experience than the one that they're absolutely convinced is the most real that they can ever get, because it's the product of a revelation in their life? And she said, well, it's like, I love to quote my sisters.
What did I say? Was it wise?
It was great.
Great!
She said, it's like the land is part, and the animals, and the waters, and the sky, the clouds, the rain, the food we eat, that they're part of a universal worship. That they're just as sacred as your most sacred faith. That in the way that you would, in the most cherishing moment, light a candle or say a prayer or go deeply into your own heart, that you would gaze at the land this way, that you would feed a cat or a dog or plant a tree or water the flowers, cherishing them like that. And that really moved me, so I'm sharing that with you. You see, it's really up to us now. It's up to us to be the expression of everything we're hungry for. It's our turn. We really are the ones we've been waiting for. You know, we say that, we put it in slogans, we write it in letters to our friends. Now it's time when that person comes up to you and says, "You did this again?" to make a little space. Take a breath, remembering it's the breath, it's that divine breath. And then respond instead of reacting. And I want to say one more thing, because we do want to be in conversation with you now. I just had a grandmother moment. Maybe that's enough for now. So, we haven't really opened things up to get questions from you. And I wonder if there are any questions right now. Yes?
Do you have your PowerPoint on the website?
Do we have our PowerPoint on the website?
Yes and no.
You can always look any of us up. You can Google us. Our journey that we're taking, where we're sharing our journey, I think, with thousands of people now. And that's at rainbowofbeing.wordpress.com. Yeah.
Can you repeat that, please?
rainbowofbeing.wordpress.com.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you know the song, "We Are the Ones We've Been Waiting For"?
Yeah, sing it.
I know it. I know it. I know it.
Okay.
It goes like, and you stomp.
Stomp.
We are the ones we've been waiting for. 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 That's it. We are the ones waiting for. We are the ones we've been waiting for.
Thank you.
How long are you guys going to be on this journey? Well, I mean, like the trip.
We are leaving Tuesday morning, and we'll be traveling until the 29th this year, going through the Southwest to some of the tribes, the indigenous nations there.
Through the 29th of this month?
Yes.
Oh, no.
We can't handle it any longer. Yeah.
Two questions. Songs you're singing, are they on the website so we can learn them? The world round of Castle
Some of them are.
With visuals?
We'll get them up there for you with visuals. Do you want us to do a? Sure. Okay, we'll put them up there. Definitely. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What indigenous tribes are we speaking of? What are their lineage? Which tribes do you represent?
Ojibwe Nation, only Ojibwe.
Hopi Tewa.
No one else is willing to talk about anything other than representing the world. So you're in our tribe, babe.
I could tell you what my tribe is, but I don't speak for my tribe.
Okay.
I don't speak on behalf of my tribe, but I'm from Raukawa in New Zealand.
And the same thing for myself. I'm of Mayan descent, but I don't speak for my people. Yeah, I'm Central American, born and raised.
I'm a Maori. That's my iwi, my nation. And I link into at least 8 tribes. And fortunately for me, one of the tribes I link into, Ayla, grandmother Ayla, and grandfather Jimmy. We come from the tiny tribe, so you know it's lovely, it's wonderful.
Yes.
So the tiny canoe is at full sail.
My tribe comes from Egypt. They left Egypt and crossed a great river that opened for them. They've been traveling through the Middle East, and then Eastern Russia, and then Eastern Europe, and then came to the U.S. and currently is located in Seattle, Washington. You might ask yourself about your tribe.
David, I just had a thought. May I?
Yes. Just a minute. Fleur de Mayo had a revelation.
Okay, so this is really beautiful. I want to share with you. A few years ago, I was invited to go to the Snake Mountain in Ohio, and I was told if I could come down and do ceremony. And at the same time, I'm on the phone with the Parks Department, and the invisible beings say to me, "You must stay on the land, sleep on the land." And so I said to the person there, I said, "Oh, if I come, can I stay overnight on the land?" And he said, "At the mount?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Oh, Grandma, this is the Parks Department. This is, we can't do that." So then I kind of went quiet, and I'm thinking. And then he said to me, "Would you come anyway?" And I said, "No." I'm very obedient, and I'm a good listener when it comes to the invisible beings. So I said, no. So then he said to me, "Okay, I'll call you back." And I thought, okay. And I didn't think too much of it. Sometime down the road, whether it was the same day or a week or something like that, he calls back. And he says to me, "Flor de Mayo," he said, "Guess what? I got permission for you to be on the land." So on the land, I come down and, you know, there was some outrageous amount of people that came down for ceremony. And we did the ceremony. It was just absolutely beautiful and perfect. And he said to me, but what you need to do is you must follow the rules. As soon as you're done with ceremony, people have to see you get in the car and get out of the park. You have to leave. And then we're going to call you for you to come back and sleep overnight. So sometime, you know, in the evening they call me and we head out and I decide to sleep on top of the snake's head, okay, the serpent. And she has this like beautiful egg in her mouth. She's like 350 feet coiled up this, you know, this mount. And it was just this absolutely, absolutely beautiful, beautiful sky, and you could see the star beings, you know, landing and coming, and it was just this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful experience. But while I was there, I had a physical apparition again, okay? Before I know it, there's someone there next to me. And I turn around to my right and I say, Grandma, what are you doing here? I have no idea whose grandma she was, but she was a grandma. But I just said, Grandma, what are you doing here? And she said to me, Child, I've come to tell you that I am of your mom's people. So of course, being who I am, I was like, no, Grandma. My mom's people are Central American, and I'm the first generation that left Central America. I said, we've been in there for millennia. I said, no, Grandma. I said, she said, child. She said, your mom's people traveled from Central America and they built the mounds here. And then she started getting my curiosity after that. I was like, what? I said, Grandma? And she said, yes. She said, your mom's people made the journey, came up here, built these mounds. And I just went into this other place of being. And so the night went, and of course the grandma wasn't there anymore. And I kept thinking about her beautiful words, but before she left, I got very close to her, maybe about 10 inches, because I wanted to see my mom's features, my mom's familiar face on the grandma. And I just felt so good to be able to see this person coming from another place and time, and to actually talk to her. And so I left Ohio with this feeling in my heart. And the following year, my husband came to me and said, look, you're having a birthday this month, what can I get for you? Now, we've been together like forever, like 50 years, and we don't celebrate birthdays or anything, or anniversaries or anything like that. And I saw him, and I became very emotional, because right with him was the grandmother. And I just lost it. I was crying and sobbing and just crying and crying. And I said to my husband, I said, listen, can you help me? I said, find in the computer how I can do like my DNA. Well, he's listening to me. This is a Western man. He's 6'4", 260 pounds. And he's looking at me. I said to him, I need to find out if my mom's people come from Ohio. But it wasn't funny, I was crying. I was really sobbing, you know, just crying hysterically. He said to me, we might be able to find out, you know, that they came from outer space, but I don't know about Ohio. So I cried even more, and I was very upset like the whole day. I was just like crying and crying and thinking about the grandma. Before I knew it, he had, you know, done whatever you do on the computer to get the kid, paid for it, the whole thing. I can't do any of that. And he said to me, look, your DNA kit's here. He said, come on, I'll read the instructions and, you know, we'll do whatever we need to do. You know, he swapped my cheeks and the whole business. Mailed it. And then he comes back a couple of weeks later, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and he says, look, he says, your DNA's here. And I didn't know if I wanted to see it or not wanted to see it. So I said to him, could you like read it with me? Can you like stay here and read it with me? So anyway, he's kind of like in his own thing, you know. So of course we sat together, but he was doing something else. So I started reading it, and before you know it, you hear this crash. And he said to me, what's going on? I said to him, this DNA lies. I said, I don't know what's going on with this. I said, but this can't be. He said to me, what happened? I said to him, I started crying, my mom's people come from Ohio. So it showed like in 2,000 years, you know, my mom's people came from Central America by way of like Texas and up into Ohio, you know, that whole area up there and back again into Central America, South America, and Central America. Now, the other thing that I found out is that I'm 83%, now here's a new vocabulary word for everybody. I just started using it a month ago because my husband retired in July. So I just started using it. So for the past couple of years, I've been tossing the book and reading it and tossing and reading it. I've just become comfortable with it and accepted it. I'm 83% Amerindian, which means that I have blood from Central America, North America, and South America. So when we were doing our new forms that you do when you're retired, you know, I had to, they ask you, what nationality are you? And I put in there in big, bold letters, Amerindian. So I just want to share with you that we look at this physical body and we look at ourselves, and I found out my mom's journey in the last 2,000 years. And so, you know, we can't speak about the moment, but we have to think about where we came from. And of course, you know, it's this infinite migration that happens around the earth on a daily basis. So I wanted to share this with you because I'm just beginning to embrace it. Thank you. Oh. And now this time, I'm going back to Ohio. I'm taking a journey back to Ohio and actually, you know, set my prayers and accept the fact that my people planted and made these beautiful mounds. And it's something like what I'm doing right now in my lifetime. I'm building temples. And in the place in New Mexico, I moved, when I say I moved, I don't mean that. I was actually in the kitchen cooking and other people moved them. 27 tons of rock. Yeah, so so when the grandmothers come, they'll be able to see that. I go home on Monday, but they're going to come down and visit in New Mexico. Yeah. Okay, thank you. You know, I'm just in the process right now of doing that. I mean, I do have the confirmation of the DNA, but of course the confirmation of the grandma, you know, coming to me, materializing and reminding me, you know, that my mom's people actually built them out. So I'm doing a really short documentary, like a really short documentary on this, because I feel that it's important. Because I thought that I was Central American from the moment that we came from the stars. And now I have to look at the DNA and say, you know, what have you been doing the past 2,000 years? But even more than that, it's just embracing it. And so I'm on this quest and this journey of meeting with people that have been working at the mound, have written books about the mounds, archaeologists and forensic DNA people, you know, because I think it's going to be like a fun conversation. You know, I come from the place of spirit, you know. If it wasn't that the grandma came to me, I would have never, to me, the last thing that I would think is, you know, having my family ever been in the United States. Because I'm the first generation that came here. Yeah.
We'll just take one more question. Okay, so we can either answer 4 questions or sing. Sing. Okay, so the
question was about a song that Flor de Mayo sang this morning at the...
That's the song we're going to sing.
It's not a song. We call it murmurio. That's the Spanish word for it. And all that is humming. It translates to hum. Okay? So it's like a baby, it's like a baby humming, you know.
Wow.
Just knew it's the baby song.
Yeah.
And if you have a question, you can always come up after. I just want to say for the sake of health and welfare, if you have a question that's like really important about the covenant of all life, come on up. If it's about our history or the right way that Native peoples do something, I really want to encourage you to become a Native person right now and listen to that knowingness inside of you that's always there about your correct action. I remember the first time I went to visit Rose, which was an amazing experience. You have no idea what it means to make a commitment to go visit her. It involves driving down these roads that are supposed to be 2 lanes, but really sometimes are 1, and when I was going it was, and big curves, and everybody that lives back there aren't a lot, they go fast on that road, and you're like, ah. And you know, it was getting dark, and there were birds flying down across our car. Then there was water across the road, and we had to get past that, so it's like no small thing. And I got there, and the very first afternoon we spent together, she said to me, you know, you were born into your life, and I was born into mine this time, and you're stuck with it. Don't try to be me. I'm not going to try to be you. Just go out and do what you were put here to do. So I want to say that. I want to share that with you because it's very empowering and terrifying at the same time to think that you actually have a purpose. Okay, let's sing.
Okay. Okay, so what my mom used to do is embrace me. I'm the baby of 15, okay? And she hung to all of us. In fact, my oldest granddaughter, she's 18, she's a university girl right now, but I had taken her somewhere, and she was like 15, and I started to do the humming, and she was poking at me, and she started almost crying, and she said, "No, Grandma, that's mine. No, no, Grandma." She thought that this was just her little lullaby. But I said, "Sweetie, I've been sharing it all over the world." I said, "It's okay." I embraced her and I started humming to her, and she just melted in my arms and started crying because it's very very beautiful. So the way that I say is that we embrace our heart. Okay, so we're loving ourselves. Okay, and we bring this beautiful vibrational sound into the heart. You can embrace yourself and you can start to rock if you like. Embrace and love yourself more and more. We could take this love and we could send it out to our partners, our family, our children. Loving ourselves first and sending the love out. And as we are doing this, I could see the vibration going all the way out into the cosmos. Thank you, beloved Mother. Thank you, beloved Creator, for the beautiful things that you show me through the eyes of spirit, beloved Mother. Thank you for the beauty that you are. Thank you for the beautiful light of the sacred dawn, beloved Creator. Thank you for bathing us with your beautiful blue light of peace, beloved Mother. May we take this energy of peace and send it out into the world, beloved Mother. May this beautiful light of peace destroy anything that is not of peace, beloved Creator. Any hurt, any pain around the world, beloved Creator. There's a beautiful flood of light between the earth and the heavens. Thank you, heart of the heavens and heart of the earth. Beloved Creator, thank you so much. Spiraling light between here and the infinite, beloved Mother. Thank you. This is something that you can take home with you. It's something that you can do. It's something that will help you to balance yourself, get back into yourself, and just, keep loving yourself. That's what my mom was telling me when she was rocking me. It's all beautiful. Thank you so much. We'll see you again. Love and light.